falling still with content. And there's a reason that I'm even going heavy on content. My ad accounts got shut down 5 years ago, so I've not run any ads in the last 5 years. Everything that I've done has been organic. For myself right now, I just want to see how that works. Because if I spent money on ads, I'm sure I'd have spent at least $17 million just to acquire the people who are on the wait list right now. And I've spent nothing except on content and proper product placement, which is different from how things are done in this industry. You can use content to build leads for low-ticket products, but for a mid-tier luxury range product, to have done that, there's nothing like that I've seen so far. And I've studied this space for over a decade, so I've not seen anyone who has done what I've done.
Start getting someone that's really smart when it comes to, for example, clipping content sooner. But I will say, when it comes to like people hating on me and things like that, like I've gotten all sorts of things too. Like people will say so many things, like, you know, they'll try to come at you for your appearance. Like some people say I look like Mr. Bean, or I look like a donkey or something, like just some random shit that's like kind of funny. Or, you know, they'll just say really random stuff like, hey, well, if you're talking about this, why aren't you, you know, why would you be talking about this if you're not just trying to get my money or something? I think some people are very cynical. So what I do personally, and I think you're starting to do this too, which is really great, is like I try my best to not, well, this is just me, but I try my best to not project a certain image. I just want to be myself, you know, like I want to be the best me. And that way, like I don't have to keep up an act. Like I don't have to lie. Like if somebody comes at me, it's whatever. I know I'm not doing anything like dishonest. I know I'm not doing anything wrong. And also at the same time, I feel like it's a disservice to the rest of my community to focus so much on like what the hecklers are saying, because there's a lot of people that really love me and that have grown through me and like that have built businesses because of what I've said, even if it's just one sentence. So I never want to let those people get in my head. And it's just like, I don't really care what they say, to be honest. I read everything, but it doesn't really get to me. So to answer your question, I would just build a better infrastructure like for my content. But at the same time, I feel like it's all worked out for the best because I've been able to do it very authentically. So like my reputation's really great. Like most people like you, for example, you know me and you have a great idea of like what I do. And you know, you're super successful, and there's a lot of people like that as well. So I think it all happened the way it should. And now I can build those infrastructures and sort of scale with this like super solid foundation. You know what I mean? Like my foundation is so solid. But that's probably one thing maybe I would have started doing sooner. It's just like hiring other people to clip content, maybe make another clips page, you know, things like that. Real quick, if you appreciate these clips and interviews that I put forward for you, then please make sure you use our Shopify link in the description to start your own Shopify business with an exclusive deal. And also make sure you check out akemulab.com for additional resources, free tools, guides, and just a lot of interesting stuff that will help your journey, even some software deals that are exclusive to akemulab.com. So make sure you do that and continue watching the video.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's even something I'm working on. Well, just to piggyback on what you said, like I always say something. I say, I'm glad I found me before the world found me. So I never have to change me to fit the narrative that the world has of me. Because I think I've always had a sense of self-worth from when I was young. And my friends know I'm cocky. Like I'm not even going to say, oh, nah. Like I'm cocky, very, very cocky because I've earned my stripes. Like none of this was given to me. I had to earn it. So I'm going to talk about what I've done. And I don't care if you believe it or not. But hey, my reality is my reality. Right? Like, it doesn't have to be your own reality, but this is my reality. But I've just also learned that people say things from their own perspective because of what they are going through. Like, you can't expect someone who has never experienced an ounce of happiness to be happy for you because your life is going great. Like, it just doesn't work that way, right? And yeah, I mean, I always refer to Navarro Ravikant. He says, don't partner with pessimists or cynics because their belief is self-fulfilling, right? Just find good people doing good shit and partner with them long term and you'll be good. So for me right now, the strategy I'm about to execute on, wait, let me actually show you. I am going to be creating something. I created a file called content warfare. I think the only big issue right now is finding the right A players to execute on this. Right, but I'm going to share my screen real quick. It's called the content warfare. We're going to have 10 TikTok accounts, 10 pieces of content. So we're going to be producing 2,220 pieces of content every day, which is 6,600 pieces of content monthly. And then we have like the style I want the content style to take. And then here, when it is like the controversial content, people are deeming my relationship views controversial, which is crazy because I believe men should take care, protect, provide, and secure the women that they are with. But it's been deemed controversial, and it's wild because that's how I was raised. Right? Like I've always known I want to take good care of a woman I'm with. So I just created this document, and this is what I want to do moving forward when it comes to like my content. So you just saying it further re-emphasizes what I already believe in. And yeah, man, I'm taking my personal brand serious now. I've seen the opportunities that comes from it. I've seen how that accelerates things for you because with my IG, I took it serious in the last, let's just say 6 months. I piped down for a while now because we're looking at the back end. What do we need to fix? What do we need to put in place before we then go heavy with content for the remaining months of the Q3 and then Q4. And yeah, just want to build my presence online, connect with dope people, and that's it.
Yeah, man. And I think you're right about the people that project those, like, they kind of project their insecurities into you and, like, you know, their pessimism. And in a way, it's just easier to do that than to actually like improve yourself, you know? So by doing that, it's like, oh, well, this guy's talking about, you know, 100K a month. Well, you know, that's probably fake. He's a scammer. And that makes them feel better about making, you know, $15 an hour or something. So it's just the unfortunate reality. But the great thing is that most people are actually not like that. It seems most people tend to actually, you know, like at least for my content, the people that find my content tend to get really inspired and build cool shit. And, you know, we've been building this network effect for a long time. So I'm excited for you to do this as well with your content, take it to the next level. What's next for Phoenix Watches? I'm curious, are you like planning anything crazy for it or just building the list?
Yes. Yeah, I am. We have our drops in September 5th. Tentatively to September 5th, except anything changes. So right now, I'm hiring a few A players more on board for luxury copywriting. I feel like a few of our words needs to be tweaked. I would normally do it, but right now there's so much that is pulling my attention that I don't even want to worry about that. Just have like the copywriter finish up with that and then go all in still with content. And there's a reason that I'm even going heavy on content. My ad accounts got shut down 4 or 5 years ago. So I've not run any ads in the last 5 years. Everything that I've done has been organic for myself. And right now, I just want to see how that works. Because if I spent money on ads, I'm sure I'd have spent at least $17 million just to acquire the people who are on the wait list right now. And I've spent nothing except on content and proper product placement, which is different from how things are done in this industry. Right. You can use content to build leads for low-ticket products, but for a mid-tier luxury range product, to have done that, there's nothing like that I've seen so far. And I've studied this space for over a decade, so I've not seen anyone who has done what I've done.